Today our topic is what the Stoics thought about politics. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who believed in living a life of virtue, reason, and self-control. They thought deeply about how people should live, not just as individuals, but also as members of a community. For the Stoics, politics was not just about power or ruling over others. It was about serving the common good and helping society flourish. They believed that everyone has a role to play in the world, and part of that role involves participating in public life in a way that benefits others. The Stoics saw politics as a way to practice virtue and to contribute to the well-being of humanity. They did not think that politics was separate from philosophy. Instead, they believed that political action should be guided by wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. One of the most important Stoic ideas about politics is that leaders should be virtuous. A virtuous leader, according to the Stoics, is someone who puts the needs of others before their own desires. They believe that a good leader should not seek power for selfish reasons, but should instead aim to serve the people. This idea is still relevant today. Many people in positions of power are more concerned with their own interests than with the needs of the people they are supposed to serve. The Stoics would say that this is wrong. They would argue that leaders have a duty to act with integrity and to make decisions that are fair and just. A leader who is selfish or corrupt is not fulfilling their role properly and is not living in accordance with nature, as the Stoics would say. The Stoics also believe that everyone, not just leaders, has a responsibility to contribute to society. They thought that humans are naturally social creatures and that we are meant to live together in communities. This means that we all have a duty to help each other and to work towards the common good. For the Stoics, this could involve participating in politics, but it could also mean simply being a good neighbor or helping those in need. They believe that even small actions can make a big difference. For example, if you are kind to someone, you are contributing to a better society. The Stoics would say that we should not ignore the problems of the world, but should instead do what we can to make things better, even if our efforts seem small. Another important Stoic idea about politics is that we should not be too attached to outcomes. The Stoics believe that we cannot control everything that happens in the world, but we can control how we respond to events. This is especially important in politics, where things often do not go as planned. A politician might work very hard to pass a law that they believe will help people, only to see it fail. The Stoics would say that this is not a reason to give up. Instead, they would argue that we should focus on doing our best and acting with virtue, even if we do not achieve the results we want. They believe that the effort itself is valuable, even if the outcome is not what we hoped for. The Stoics also thought that we should not let our emotions control us when it comes to politics. They believed that anger, fear, and hatred are destructive emotions that can lead to bad decisions. This is especially true in politics, where emotions can run high. The Stoics would say that we should approach political issues with a calm and rational mind. We should try to understand different points of view and make decisions based on reason, not emotion. This does not mean that we should not care about politics, or that we should be indifferent to the suffering of others. On the contrary, the Stoics believe that we should care deeply about the world and work to make it a better place. But they also believed that we should not let our emotions cloud our judgment or lead us to act in ways that are harmful. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, was also a Roman emperor. He had to deal with many difficult political challenges during his reign, including wars, plagues, and political intrigue. Despite these challenges, he tried to rule with wisdom and virtue. He believed that his duty as emperor was to serve the people and to act in accordance with nature. Marcus Aurelius wrote a book called Meditations, in which he reflected on his own struggles and tried to remind himself of the Stoic principles that guided his life. In this book, he often wrote about the importance of staying calm in the face of adversity and of doing what is right, even when it is difficult. His life is a powerful example of how Stoic philosophy can be applied to politics. The Stoics also believed in the importance of justice. They thought that a good society is one where everyone is treated fairly and where the laws are just. They believe that justice is not just about following the rules, but about treating others with respect and kindness. This means that we should not only care about our own rights, but also about the rights of others. The Stoics would say that we should stand up for those who are being treated unfairly and work to create a society where everyone has the opportunity to live a good life. They believe that justice is a virtue that should guide all of our actions, whether we are leaders or ordinary citizens. Another important Stoic idea is that we should not be too attached to material things. The Stoics believed that wealth, power, and fame are not what make life meaningful. Instead, they thought that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue and from helping others. This idea is especially relevant in politics, where people often seek power and wealth for their own sake. The Stoics would say that this is a mistake. They believed that political power should be used to serve others, not to enrich oneself. They thought that a leader who is focused on material gain is not fulfilling their role properly and is not living in accordance with nature. The Stoics also believed in the importance of humility. They thought that we should not think of ourselves as better than others, even if we are in positions of power. They believed that everyone is equal in the sense that we all share the same capacity for reason and virtue. This means that we should treat everyone with respect, regardless of their social status or background. The Stoics would say that a good leader is someone who listens to others and is willing to learn from them. They believe that no one has all the answers and that we should always be open to new ideas and perspectives. Finally, the Stoics believed in the importance of resilience. They thought that life is full of challenges and that we should be prepared to face them with courage and determination. This is especially important in politics, where setbacks and failures are common. The Stoics would say that we should not be discouraged by difficulties, but should instead see them as opportunities to grow and to become stronger. They believe that the challenges we face in life are not obstacles, but tests of our character. If we can face these challenges with courage and virtue, we will become better people and make the world a better place. In conclusion, the Stoics had a lot to say about politics. They believed that politics should be about serving the common good, and that leaders should act with virtue and integrity. They thought that everyone has a responsibility to contribute to society, and that we should approach political issues with a calm and rational mind. They believed in the importance of justice, humility, and resilience. The Stoics would say that politics is not just about power or wealth, but about making the world a better place. Their ideas are still relevant today and can help us navigate the challenges of modern politics. By following Stoic principles, we can become better leaders, better citizens, and better human beings.